Previously on ApprenticeEh.
We're having a dinner party. We have exactly enough spoons, forks, and knives.
Everyone knows how old this futon is. Look at this new couch.
It all smells like Matt.
Camera, cufflinks.
I've got filming I just came back the thing for CBC and CBC. We're in the vaults.
Second level down. Yeah.
This one is continuously moving.
Yeah, but I think this one...
Every time it's too dark over here.
It's too dark, and I think there's just something... I can get this.
For the most part, it's going to be about 5 rows.
Yeah. There's just rows and rows of tapes. They're just everywhere. All of the things that they filmed. So cool. Thanks for bringing me here.
Welcome.
It's so cool.
Thanks for helping film.
You're welcome.
It's more than a one ground floor of an entire city block. Is the entire archives of everything that has ever been broadcasted on CBC.
So cool. These are all tapes. All of it.
This is just one of many.
And I hope that the results will be good. The proposals of a short-term or long-term nature, that is...
Film reels. We're going to keep the temperature controlled 7 degrees. And all of these film reels are ventilated so that they're all perfect, humidity controlled for actual reels to film. Look at it all.
This is so cool. Wow.
This is actually a backwards image which was pressed into a positive vinyl, right? Or acetate.
Is there still an old acetate?
Master.
It's very flammable, isn't it?
Not acetate, no, nitrate.
Oh,
is
nitrate.
flammable. And nitrate was never used in it's certainly not in CBC.
That was very cool.
It was really cool.
After we were done filming, we just talked to him for like 30 minutes, but he ran out of time, or we would have kept talking.
Yeah.
And it's about stuff of like, they have like a 230-page manual on disasters. So like, what happens if there's a flood? They have a city block's worth of physical
Tapes.
things that shouldn't get wet, or you lose pieces of history and art. So they have like all these crazy things in place. I thought was ridiculous. And then I'm like, what happens if there's like a big crisis? Like, we're talking like earthquake, tornado, war. Like, what happens when like it's not just like, oh, there's a flood in the building because a pipe broke. It's like they actually have like, they're digitizing all 1.3, 1.6 million pieces of content.
Something like that.
Because digital files are much smaller than physical files.
Yep.
So they're currently doing all that, and then I'm like, right, that's currently, but like, what happens if stuff goes south right now? They actually have, there's really no backups of the backups. So if the building blows up, everything's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But what they have is CBC has off-site locations for broadcasting the news. So if, like, for whatever reason, something happens and they can't physically broadcast news from the Toronto location, they have other locations in the city and outside of the city that are, like, bunkers just made for broadcasting
They have
news
one, like...
to all of Canada in case
Yeah.
of, like, emergency.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I was like, yeah, man, that's pretty great.
It's very legit.
It's pretty legit. And I know there's a lot of people that like don't like CBC because it's like taxpayers' dollars. It's not a private business. It's funded by the government.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't think a privatized business has backup bunkers scattered around the country and is going to deliver you news in case of an emergency, because that's the right thing to do. I thought that was really cool, and I was like, yeah, I like that. Because if something goes wrong, I want to know that I can trust on news.
Yeah, that's like that's the one time where you need.
Yeah, it's like that's the
news.
time I need news. If there's a zombie apocalypse,
I need to be able to
I want
listen
to
to
know
the radio.
that there's a zombie apocalypse, and if half of the city is like apocalyptic, I want to know that there's news bunkers, and that people are still broadcasting news on ham radios. I don't own one, but I want to know that people are still broadcasting news.
That's good.
So all of that archive footage is because some of the stuff I do with CBC is I give them ideas on new video formats.
Mm-hmm.
So I came up with this thing because 2017 is Canada's 150th birthday.
Yeah, it is.
What is a 150th anniversary called?
According to dictionary.com, pertaining to or marking the completion of a period of 150 years. Noun. 2. A 150th anniversary or its celebration. Origin of sesquicentennial expand.
Sesquicentennial. Because they have all this archive footage that they're digitizing, and it's Canada's 150th anniversary, I was like, we should come up with a series, and it's called Then versus Now. Let's take all the cool old stuff and compare it to all the cool new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I helped them produce the first episode. It's pretty good. I would tweak a bunch of things, but it's not my video.
You didn't edit it.
I didn't edit it.
You always change my edits too.
I did do a final pass over the video.
Uh-huh.
There are certain things where it's like, things need to be changed, and then things get really subjective, where it's like, well, I would rather it be changed to this instead of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the video's really good. I think the video could be better. Yeah, so it's called Then versus Now. It's on the CBC channel. And the first episode is called 5 Toys That Wreaked Havoc Long Before Hatchimals.
That wreaked.
Wreaked Havoc.
Isn't it wreaked havoc?
Wreaked Havoc, not wrecked. Yeah, it's cool, and it goes through really old footage.
The war on war toys in Canada appears to be escalating. This year, volunteers have regularly appeared at shopping centres to hand out leaflets condemning war toys. This year, the arsenal is more
Can you believe that
sophisticated
those
than
are
ever.
Christmas
Typical
toys?
is the Johnny 7 one-man army.
I didn't know, like,
Lethal-looking affairs
that's
with
craziness.
grenades and trench mortar.
To me,
The Voice of
at
Women
least.
argues that toys like
And then it
these
goes
condition
through and
children
it shows like it talks about a bunch of cool stuff, NATO, and then it goes like back at Cabbage Patch. It talks about there's this new thing called a transformer, and blah blah blah, etc etc. Anyways, it's really neat. It's cool archive footage from stuff from way before my time. Anyways, we'll put a link to that in the description. And by we, I mean Saskia will put a link in the description. Just check it out. And leave a comment if you liked it. I'd like to know what you guys think. It's like the first thing that I did with CBC that like pitch a lot of ideas. I'm like, what if you guys do this, or what if we do that?
It's the first thing that actually has.
And they were like, we need some ideas with archive footage and Canada stuff. I'm like, Then versus Now, and they're like, yeah, that's the one. And I was like, that's it. You didn't even want to hear like the rest of the pitch. They're like, no, that's the thing. So, took a couple months.
Good job.
Thanks. They hired like a team of people to make it, which is really cool. Yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think. I really want to know, and I really want to go to bed. Those are the two things that I want right now. And maybe some of this water, because I'm also thirsty. Good night.
Home is where the bar is.